live on Christmas Day. Let's go to the tail of the tape, start things off as we get our first look at Michael Anderson and Noe Lopez in the ring tonight. And first thing you see is this is age group boxing right now. Michael Anderson is 41 years old, more experienced, 21-3-1 with 15 knockouts. Noe Lopez, we've seen him before. He was an opponent earlier in his career for Vito Mielnicki Jr., got knocked out. He's 35, taller man in the ring at 5'10", our first fight of the night. Let's go to the ring. Yes, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr. Merry Christmas, Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome from the Prudential Center here in Newark, New Jersey. Premier Boxing Champions presents FS1 PBC Fight Night. Introducing our three judges scoring our opening attraction from ringside, we have Lynn Carter, Ron McNair, and Robin Taylor. All right, fans, here we go. 6 rounds of boxing scheduled. Welterweights in the ring. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold trunks with black trim, hailing from Lagos de Moreno, Jalisco, Mexico. He weighed in at 146 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 10 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Noe Lopez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, the 6th round attraction, wearing red trunks with silver trim, fighting out of and representing his home of Newark, New Jersey. He weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. His record 21 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Michael Anderson. And our third man to the ring now to give instructions, Harvey Dock.
Okay, guys, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch them up, good luck.
Underway here in Newark, New Jersey. If you're just happening by and you're wondering, wow, they're rolling back some tape of some old fights. No, it's Christmas. We're here live. We're here with you right now. By the way, interesting tattoo, Lennox, on Michael Anderson's chest. Did you see that? Protect me from my friends. Interesting?
Yeah, interesting, okay. Very interesting.
You got to be careful. This Michael Anderson in the red trunks, Noe Lopez in the black and gold. Anderson, I mentioned, is 41 years old, but this is his 3rd fight of the year, so he remains active at his advanced age, and has a pretty good group here from Newark and East Orange, where he's from, supporting him here on Christmas Day as he fights on and still in terrific shape at his age.
You know, sometimes you get smarter as you get older, Brian, and that might be the case with Anderson, but, you know, sometimes you also lose a little of that youthful vigor.
Well, usually you get better, but slower, right, Joe? I mean, that's a little spring is gone, but you see things better. You think you are more experienced.
Yeah.
You got to reach that nexus where, okay, you've slowed down too much, and Anderson hasn't reached that as of yet, if he's matched correctly.
Yeah. I tell you, Anderson has a good straight right. What he threw earlier.
That was a nice counter.
It was a good counter.
Lopez going to the body with the jab. Anderson stepped up once in his career against a more named opponent. That's a hard right hand, just fell short. But that was against Greg Vendetti, who would later face Erislandy Lara and would lose a decision. But he went against Vendetti and lost every round in a 12-round shutout to Vendetti. So when he stepped up against, you know, a top 25 sort of fighter, he has lost. But you can see the guy can obviously, you know,
he
control himself. The guy can stay, right, carries poise, balanced, everything else. He's a professional fighter. Got a right hand there by Anderson. Halfway through round number 1. Eats a hook from Noe Lopez. Lopez faced Vito Mielnicki Jr. back in February of this year. And Mielnicki put him down in round 2. And then he was stopped later in that round. Scrappy against Mielnicki, but young Vito with too much power. Another right hand there by Anderson. Just a moment ago, you guys remarked on the right hand, bouncing off the head of Lopez.
And look, so far, Anderson's been pretty much right hand happy. He hasn't been really throwing the left hook to the body or the left hook to the head. Quite frankly, he's been using the jab and the straight right hand.
Yeah, but he showed good patience, and you could tell that he's waiting to throw that right hand. And he's got good defense because he's not really reacting to too much of what his opponent's showing, and he's just trying to get his own jab going.
Yeah. The only thing I'm saying here is that Anderson is using his right hand a lot and nothing coming from the left hand. See, right there, when a guy goes to your body like Noe just did, Lopez, you could hook right off of that to the head from Anderson. So he's not countering with his left hand where he could be.
Opening round here, first of 7 fights on Christmas Day. Round number 2, scheduled for 6. Back in Newark, New Jersey, we are underway in round number 2. It's scheduled for 6. And by the way, Noe Lopez had his moments in that first round too. I think we were talking a lot about Anderson, the more established pro, but you see the punches landed. It's only 7-6. And Joe, as you mentioned there, as we were toward the end of round number 1, there's a little double combination and landing to the body. Lopez did some good work in the final minute.
Yeah, he finally got on track a little bit. You know, Anderson's defense has been pretty good, so he hasn't been able to really penetrate the guard of Anderson. But, you know, we got a couple of rounds for him to warm up, both guys to warm up, quite frankly.
Back in late July, it was July 31st, we were here in Newark. Vito Mielnicki Jr. was on that card. Joey Spencer was on that card. Michael Anderson was also on the undercard that day, but he was not in a televised fight, but he won that fight by a first-round knockout. So Anderson has been kind of on this New Jersey train and enjoying some fights close to home, getting a little payday here and there, including here on Christmas Day.
And you're right, there's Noe landed Lopez landed a couple of body shots. Before that, he landed a decent right hand off of Anderson. So, you know, he's starting to warm up. He's starting to get letting his hands go a little bit.
Well, you know what, for Lopez too, and there's a right hand by Lopez. Lopez, he's lost 3 of 5, but again, he is put in. When you're at this type of level and you have his record, but you can handle yourself, you're frequently put in with the young rising star,
right?
And so you'll accumulate some losses. So for Lopez now, he's looking across at Anderson saying, wait a second, all right, so here's a guy closer to my level and actually 6 years older than I am.
Yeah,
I'll bet you in his mind he's thinking, I can beat this guy.
I can win this fight.
Yeah, I can win this fight. So he's trying to use his quickness and his movement to try and get in a better position.
Hard right hand. That was a snapping right hand right off the jaw, but Lopez ate it. Now to the body goes Anderson. Wow, he absorbed that, didn't he? I thought that would put most guys down.
Well, he actually rolled with it.
Did he a little?
He seen it coming and he rolled with it. It's like a shot's going to hit you and you kind of move your head backwards.
I thought that was right on the chin, but maybe moved his head a little bit, so he was able to absorb it.
Here it comes, Ron, right here on the left. Take it.
Show it to you.
And you see Anderson throw that right hand, right on the top of the head, but he did move his head a little bit.
He rolled it all right.
I think he moved his head when he hit him, and it was nowhere near his chin.
Well, here's the bigger point, I think, is Anderson's got 15 knockouts out of 21 wins, and Lopez actually absorbed that right hand really well, because that was a solid right hand he got clipped with.
No question. That's why it was so stunning. It was at the perfect length. He snapped it out, bounced it off his head. Lopez barely moved. Head moved. It's a scoring shot, certainly, as Anderson has the best shot of the fight. Lopez continues to fight on here. Round number 2. Again, we've got 6 rounds here. Our main event on FS1, Kenny Sims, Keyshawn Williams, coming up later.
Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome back to PBC on FS1. In our main event later tonight, it'll be New Jersey's own Vito Mielnicki Jr. taking on Nicholas Delumba live on Fox at 8 Eastern. Well, Mielnicki Jr. started off his year in April with the loss, but he responded with an emphatic victory in this building over Noah Kidd. Tonight, he looks to end his 2021 with a bang, with the victory in front of the hometown faithful. Back to you, Brian.
Ray, thank you. Looks sharp in that your Christmas jacket. Well done. Ray Flores with us throughout this whole evening. Again, it will culminate with Vito Mielnicki Jr. and Nicholas Delumba of Providence, Rhode Island in our main event later tonight here on Fox. And Ray is right. Mielnicki looked somehow a right hand. Puts Lopez down right away.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're right.
Lopez able to absorb the right hand in round 2, but the first big right hand, the big shot, there's a body shot. Puts Lopez down again. Harvey Dock sends Anderson to his corner.
Well, that was a double hook. One to the body, one to the head. It was vicious.
7, 8.
And it seemed like Lopez just stood there for it.
And that's a 10 count. It's over. Michael Anderson with an impressive third-round knockout.
Lopez came out, didn't throw a punch, basically just went in front of Anderson, didn't put up his hands, and got hit with a great overhand right, put him down, and he was hurt from that shot, and then Anderson came back again and took him out with a double hook.
Lopez able to absorb real shots earlier in this fight, but not in round number 3. And there's Michael Anderson, East Orange, New Jersey, gets a hometown win. 100%.
Right.
By the way, that guy did not look 41 years old tonight. Michael Anderson with a knockout against Noe Lopez, who the previous round we'd said, hey, Lopez is doing all right. Maybe he thinks he can win this fight. But here we go. Lennox, it was very quick with that knockdown.
It was a great right hand. It was very accurate right on the chin, and Lopez didn't even see it. Couldn't react to it fast enough. And let's look at another one of the same knockdown.
And throwing that hook too, Lennox, before he throws the right hand.
Hook.
Yeah.
It's the check hook. Kind of interrupts your senses for a moment before that right hand gets to you.
And then Joe, he goes to the body. How about this?
Yeah, this is what I was waiting for him to do, was to start using that left hand. And boy, he really did. Look, he dropped that liver shot right on the liver. And now watch, he's going to drop a hook. Quick, short, boom, right on the button. That's it. See, but he froze him with that first, Anderson froze him with that first body shot. Left that right hand down, boom, left hand landed sweet.
CompuBox numbers here, 26-15, punches landed in favor of Michael Anderson, but just the way he went about it in that final round to finish things off in the 4th. Beautiful work by a 41-year-old Michael Anderson. Let's get the particulars and go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 33 seconds in round number 3. Our referee in charge, Harvey Dock, reaches the count of 10. He is the winner by way of knockout, slick, Michael Anderson.
Nice cheer from the crowd back here again from nearby East Orange, New Jersey. 41-year-old Michael Anderson with a nice win here tonight, and starting to fight on television. Fought very well, was impressive. You know, good work. Noe Lopez absorbed some early shots, but now Slick can celebrate Christmas as he goes out in thudding style for 2021. End of the road there tonight, unfortunately for Noe Lopez. Big win.